obviously. But in an ideal world, Bod gets to just roam around, have impact, play his minigame. And Kaisa alone in a side lane against Pantheon, Galio, Jhin, and Nico is just going to chain die. Much here really wants to get experience of this wave, but Owner's close to 6. Faker is already 6, so he needs to be very careful. They also know that there's no jungler towards the top half of the map, and it could dive here.
Yep, Faker already moving in. Let's see whether they just set it up. That is going to be the snare missing as Gumayusi takes a turret shot, but I think they've got a fair bit of time to make this one work. Beryl finally getting himself here, but the taunt is going to come down. Faker going to get stunned up as the heal comes through from Beryl. Faker cannot actually get his hands onto Shiu, so he does have to ult his way out. And now it's Beryl that finds himself in an uncomfortable position. Another wave comes in, a magical journey through the turret, and first blood over to Gumayusi as, yeah, the support traded his fate for that of his top laner. But is unfortunately unable to walk up and take that one down as Lucid does pull the grubs out. The rest of DK are roaming over, and as of course, Remeka does have control.
That's pretty big. If they can get Shiu here as well. Problem is that Doran has TP, and Eaming obviously does not. So I don't know if DK really want a hard committer, and it looks like they also think better of it.
Yeah, Faker is going to be moving over here as True Shot Barrage is looking to be a little bit tricky, but it's not quite going to work out. That is going to be Owner taking down the third grub. So that is all of them over to T1.
Deeper into the series is obviously both of them have ways to cancel TPs as well. A lot easier for Doran as T1 started up, and it looks like DK says, nope, this isn't the one either. And they have an early Drake, so they can afford to. But it does mean that I think they don't really get anything in return either. Faker's Galio, so maybe that, no, we're trading.
It looks like we might be trading.
Okay, I think just Lucid, though, doesn't do this fast enough.
They also might just take Otacon as well.
I mean, I guess they
There
could.
is an Ambassador up there, so like if they do just overload on top of Shiu though, then there's
Barrel's in the area.
They can take something down.
So I think that makes it. So I guess we just trade.
It is just indeed a trade. Okay. There has been a kill in this game, as far as the action is concerned.
Atlas, you know how this feels when you buy something and you see all the disclaimers and you're like, I'm not gonna read those. I don't want to do that.
Yep.
You know, and in this case, you thought you were buying a cool action movie
where he's starting to do stuff.
He's dangerous.
I've got confirmation from Emily Rand, by the way, that she knows exactly what I was talking about. As Aiming now going to get caught out of position. The flash not going to quite work out, but the Tempered Fate, it certainly gets some work done. As now Aiming just gets sniped off. Sometimes you need your teammate to protect you, but Lucid was just getting out of there, and so Aiming now lying on the floor. And DK looking like they've had a bit of a jump scare. There is a fair bit of damage going on to this outer turret in the bottom lane. And now Gumayusi forced to flash out of the Cataclysm. But the Otacon is being taken, and T1, I don't know whether there's going to be a way to stop them.
I actually thought that DK could have contested there, but they're going to go for the first turret instead. Just willing to give up the Otacon, not really raiding it, I guess. And they do lose out on a lot of damage with their AD carry not there, but with Shiu, I think it's looking at the itemization. Shiu and Lucid both have ended, right? And Guma ended up still being caught there by Lucid. As
we're going to start this fight. True Shot Barrage does come on down as Gumayusi will get knocked up. No flash, no chance, he's out of there. The Cosmic Binding also is guaranteed when he's inside a rocky circle. And so that's Aiming, getting his revenge pretty swiftly here.
Phase. We're playing Jhin into Jarvan and Bessa, guess what? It's not fun if you don't have flash.
Well, public execution is in goes Shiu, but I don't know whether that was a good idea. Still, it works as they focus down the turret, and Shiu's like, well, I'm out of here. My work is done. As Magical Journey is set up for Aiming, but he's unable to take it because he just stays a little too long. Out of turret, and ultimately, it's going to be a pretty even trade unless Shelly gets some extra work done as she gets a bit of a headache. Yeah, then gets driven towards the bottom side, and that should be 2 turrets.
I think the previous kill onto Aiming, given the amount of resources that were used, that one, I felt like, obviously it's rough as
oh no!
Still gets the turret, it's fine.
Sometimes the turning circle just ain't as good as the one you got at home,
you know? The previous death was excusable. They get the soul point. Because again, I think their 5v5 is incredibly strong.
Yeah, it certainly is. They are able to get the soul point. That is a big deal, as Cloud Soul, as we know, one of the greatest in the game.
For Guma, we do see T1 again think kind of building up that conditioning. So that is the real carrier.
Yeah, Trisha Barrage comes in. Taunt not going to quite find Beryl as Faker takes the magical journey, but immediately then gets stunned up. The exhaust is down on this Galio as Lucid wanting to cataclysm over the wall, and he is going to successfully do so. Rock and a hard place, certainly, where Faker was there, and he falls. DK taking that as an opportunity to head towards this Baron, and this could be a huge gold swing if they're able to make this one work.
All right, we have a TP, and I think another person flanking here for T1. That's carrier behind them.
Yep, is this just Faker baiting? That's the question as Omna dives in, but the Tempered Fate is going to be there. Pop Blossom doesn't quite work as they take down Carrier to start this one off. Still Shiu, still alive, and Gumayushi. It is the steal on the Baron though as Omna locks that one down, but it is Baron for Ace here on the side of DK, and maybe they'd still take it unless Doran is going to survive. This is a bit of a weird fight that's kind of prolonging things and ruining my rhythm, but that is absolutely fine. There is the Ace. As
Still
DK do get control of the river.
Now, with DK having control, their poke obviously quite strong. We do have Doran on a flank angle, will be found out. Oh, he's very deep!
He certainly is. Let's see whether he's going to try and make this one work as the heroic entrance does come in from Faker. Doran buying a lot of space as there's a fight on the top side as well. Aiming does try and get himself away, but it's Ona that locks down the double.
Shiu?
And Shiu is now trying to do what he can. Finally deals with this Aatrox, but these health bars are going down lower and lower still. There is no answer for this Ambessa, who gets on top of Gumayushi and crushes him. It's another ace for DK.
And at first, it seems like the script holds strong. T1, oh, someone looks overextended. The Avengers are there.
We've seen this so many times, though, from T1. It's like a team thinks that they've caught Doran in the LCK Awards. This guy has been absolutely incredible.
Atlas, it's time. Where are the vibes?
Not willing to enunciate because I will not be called a curse person. Okay.
That's fine. It's not that bad.
I know you wouldn't do it, but this is being broadcast out to at least dozens of people. Is going to be Winds of Ward.
Perfect KD, by the way. Has the death cap now, so
looking pretty good.
From this position, I think the biggest enemy for DK is just something they've really struggled with, which is their own consistency.
Tempered Fate going to connect onto only Doran as now Lucid just puts them in the circle. Pop Blossom there to answer, but it's Carrier that goes down first, and now they're just falling one after the other. Cheers! Gets the gigantic shield, and that is looking like release Ambessa to me, as this guy is straight back to LCK Cup form.
And game one, DK strikes again, Atlas!
I guess, you know, the 3-1 predictors for T1, this is exactly the timeline that they were expecting, right?
I even said it at the top of the day!
Yep.
Oh, what if?
Yeah, no.
What if, Atlas?
And it's not even a what if for game one, because now the script states it's a 3-zip for T1. We just skipped the first one.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.